The stars looked different from Earth's moon base. Jack Perry stood by the large window looking at the tiny blue planet. Earth seemed so small from here. Jack had worked at Moonbase Alpha for 5 years now. He was the head of security, making sure that the 300 scientists and workers stayed safe. "Sir, we have a problem." The voice came from behind him. Jack turned around to see his second-in-command, Linda Cox. Her face looked worried. "What is it?" Jack asked. "We lost contact with Mars Colony. All signals stopped 20 minutes ago." Jack frowned. Mars Colony was home to over 5,000 people. Losing contact was not normal. "Maybe it's just a communication problem." Linda shook her head. "We tried all backup systems. Nothing works. And there's something else." She handed him a tablet. "Just before we lost contact, we got this message." Jack looked at the screen. The message was short. "They're here. Not human. Armed. Help." His heart beat faster. "Have you told Earth Command?" "Yes. They want us to send a team to check. The Orion is ready for launch. You will lead the mission." Jack nodded slowly. If something had happened to Mars Colony, someone needed to find out. He had friends there. Good friends. "Get the team ready. We leave in 30 minutes. 6 hours later, the Orion spaceship approached Mars. The ship was the fastest in Earth's small fleet. It carried Jack and 5 other security officers. All of them were armed with standard weapons. "No response to our calls," said Ryan Smith, the communication officer. "The colony is silent." Jack looked at the red planet through the main screen. Mars Colony should be visible now, a group of white domes on the surface. But he saw something very different. Where the colony once stood, there was now a large black ship. It was nothing like Earth ships. This one was at least 10 times bigger than their largest spacecraft. Its shape reminded Jack of a giant insect. "What is that?" asked Kelly Green, the pilot. "I don't know," Jack said. "But I think we found why the colony isn't answering." "Sir?" Ryan's voice shook a little. "I'm picking up a signal. It's not from the colony. It's coming from that ship." "Put it on speakers," Jack ordered. A strange sound filled the cabin. It wasn't words, more like clicks and high-pitched noises. Then it changed to a robotic voice speaking English. "Earth, vessel. This space now belongs to the Araxian Empire. Your Mars colony has been removed. Leave now or be destroyed." Jack felt cold anger rise in his chest. "Removed? What does that mean?" "Sir, what do we do?" Kelly asked. Her hands hovered over the controls, ready to turn the ship around. Jack thought about the 5,000 people in the colony, his friends, scanned for life signs in the colony area. Ryan worked quickly on his console. After a minute, he looked up with sad eyes. "Nothing, sir. No human life signs detected." Jack closed his eyes for a moment. 5,000 people. Gone. The first humans to build a real colony on another planet. "The alien ship is powering up something," said Amara Jones, the weapons specialist. "Might be weapons." "Turn us around," Jack ordered. "We need to warn Earth." As the Orion turned away from Mars, the alien ship fired. A bright beam of energy barely missed them. "Maximum speed!" Jack shouted. The Orion's engines roared as Kelly pushed them to their limits. Another energy beam passed close to their left side. The ship shook. "They're following us," Ryan reported. "And they're faster." Jack knew they couldn't outrun the alien ship. Not all the way to Earth. He made a quick decision. New plan. "Kelly, take us behind Phobos." Phobos was the larger of Mars's 2 small moons. Kelly nodded and changed course. The Orion raced toward the small moon. "Ryan, send a message to Earth. Tell them everything. Tell them to prepare." As they flew behind Phobos, Jack turned to Amara. "What weapons do we have?" "Just the standard mining charges. They're not made for fighting. They'll have to work. Place them all on Phobos, focused on these coordinates." He sent her a map of the small moon. "We only get one chance." The team worked fast. Using the ship's robotic arms, they planted the charges deep in Phobos's surface. The alien ship would reach them in minutes. "Everyone back on board," Jack ordered, when they finished. Kelly, take us away from Phobos, but stay close enough to trigger the charges. The Orion moved away just as the alien ship came around the small moon. Jack waited until the large ship was in the perfect position. Now! He shouted. Amara pressed the trigger. For a moment, nothing happened. Then Phobos cracked like an egg. The charges were not designed to destroy the moon, but they didn't need to. They just needed to break its surface at the right spots. Large pieces of the moon flew toward the alien ship. The ship tried to move away, but it was too late. Rock chunks the size of buildings smashed into it. Its shields flared blue, then failed. More rocks hit the ship directly. It worked, Kelly shouted. The alien ship drifted, clearly damaged. Let's go home, Jack said. Earth needs to know what happened. During the journey back to Earth, Jack couldn't stop thinking about Mars' colony. Those aliens had destroyed 5,000 human lives without warning. But they had made a big mistake. Humans weren't just the peaceful explorers they appeared to be. Deep in their history, in their genes, humans were warriors. They had almost destroyed themselves many times with their own wars. Then they had chosen peace and space exploration, but the old fighting spirit was still there, sleeping. And now, someone had just woken it up. When the Orion finally reached Earth, a message was waiting for them. Earth's nations had united. The few military spaceships were being armed. The old weapons, kept in storage for decades, were being prepared. Humanity had been sleeping. But now they were awake, and they were angry. 2 weeks passed since Jack and his team returned to Earth. The news about Mars' colony spread around the world. People were angry and scared. World leaders met every day to decide what to do. Jack stood in a large meeting room at the United Earth Defense Center. The room was full of military leaders and scientists. On the main screen was an image of the damaged alien ship. It was still near Mars, making repairs. We need to strike now, said General Laura West. She pointed at the screen, while they're still fixing their ship. With what? Asked Dr. Sam Taylor. He was the head scientist for space technology. We have only 6 military ships, none of them are made for real battle. We have weapons, General West said. Old ones, but they still work. We can put them on our ships. President Carl Johnson stood up. Everyone got quiet. We all agree we must do something. The aliens killed 5,000 of our people, but we need to be smart about this. He looked at Dr. Taylor. What have you learned about the aliens? Dr. Taylor touched his tablet, and the screen changed to show strange symbols. We picked up more of their messages. We call them the Araxians. From what we can tell, they are looking for new planets to take over. They think we are weak. Jack spoke up. They made a mistake. They don't know who they're dealing with. President Johnson nodded. That's right. Humans have been peaceful for many years, but we haven't always been that way. He turned to Dr. Olivia Reed, a biologist. Dr. Reed, tell us about your discovery. Dr. Reed stood up. She looked nervous. We studied the alien message patterns. They seem very surprised by something. They keep talking about human DNA in a way that suggests they know more about us than we thought. She showed a DNA model on the screen. There are parts of human DNA that have always been strange to us, parts that seem turned off or sleeping. We call it junk DNA, but it isn't junk. It's like these parts were turned off on purpose long ago. The room was very quiet now. Everyone listened carefully. The Araxians seem to know about this. In fact, they seem afraid of what might happen if these parts of our DNA wake up. General West looked confused. What does that mean? What would happen? Dr. Reed took a deep breath. Based on their messages, they believe humans were once much stronger, faster, and more aggressive. They call us sleeping warriors or something similar, and they're worried that their attack might wake up these old traits. Jack thought about the anger he felt when he saw the destroyed Mars colony. It was more than normal anger. It felt ancient and powerful. Is that possible? President, Johnson asked. Could our DNA change like that? We don't know, Dr. Reed said. But something strange is happening already. She showed medical scans on the screen. These are from soldiers who volunteered for our new space defense force. Their bodies are changing, muscle density is increasing. Reaction times are faster. Healing is quicker. It's small changes for now, but they're real. The room filled with worried voices. President Johnson raised his hand for quiet. Whether this DNA story is true or not, we have to defend Earth. General, West, prepare our ships with whatever weapons we have. Dr. Taylor, work on better shields based on what we learned from the alien ship. He looked at everyone in the room. We strike in 1 week. After the meeting, Jack walked with Dr. Reed to the research lab. Do you really think our DNA is changing? He asked. She nodded. Yes. And it's happening fastest in people who felt the most anger about Mars. Like you. Jack stopped walking. Me? Your last medical check showed the biggest changes we've seen. Your strength has increased by 30%. Your reaction time is twice as fast as normal. Jack thought about his training sessions. He had noticed. He was getting stronger, but he thought it was just from working out more. What does this mean? He asked. It means the Araxians may have awakened something in us they'll wish they hadn't. She looked at him closely. How do you feel? Jack thought about it. Different. More focused. Less afraid. He looked at his hands. Like there's something in me that was always there, but I couldn't reach it before. In the lab, they met with Ben Kim, a computer expert who was studying the alien messages. He looked excited. I found something big, he said. He showed them a star map on his screen. The Araxians sent this to their home world. See these red marks? Those are Earth colonies and outposts. They're planning to attack them all. Jack studied the map. Moonbase Alpha is on their list, and the Jupiter mining station, thousands more people. There's more, Ben said. They mention another alien race called the Elders. Apparently, these Elders visited Earth thousands of years ago. They're the ones who changed human DNA, made us more peaceful. Dr. Reed's eyes widened. So it's true? We were different before? According to the Araxians, humans were the most dangerous species the Elders ever found. They called us war gods because we were so good at fighting. The Elders were scared we would take over the galaxy someday, so they changed us to be more gentle. Jack felt something stir inside him. An old memory that wasn't his own. The feeling of being stronger, faster, more deadly. The Araxians didn't know this history, Ben continued. They thought we were just an easy target. Now they're worried they've made a big mistake. They have, Jack said. His voice sounded different, even to himself. Deeper, more certain. And they're about to find out how big. That night, Jack couldn't sleep. He went to the training room and lifted weights. He started with his usual amount, but kept adding more. Soon, he was lifting 3 times what he normally could. It felt easy. Something was changing in him, in all humans. The sleeping warriors were waking up, and in 1 week the Araxians would learn what that meant. The day of attack came faster than expected. The 6 Earth ships were ready, armed with weapons that had not been used for many years. Each ship carried a crew of 30 people, all showing the strange changes that Dr. Reed had discovered. Jack stood on the bridge of the lead ship, the Defender. He wore a new uniform with the United Earth Defense symbol on the chest. Next to him stood Captain Mia Wilson, the ship's commander. All ships report ready, said Mia. She looked at the main screen where the other 5 ships waited in Earth orbit. We can leave when you give the word, Jack nodded. In the past week, he had been named commander of the entire fleet, not because he had the most military experience, but because the changes in him were the strongest. He could now think faster, see patterns better, and make decisions that others couldn't. Tell all ships to prepare for jump to Mars, Jack ordered. We leave in 5 minutes. As they waited, Dr. Reed's voice came over the communication system. She was watching from Earth Control. Commander Perry, we've detected something strange. There are now 2 alien ships near Mars. Jack frowned. A second ship? When did it arrive? Just now. It's different from the first one. Smaller, but it gives off more energy. This was not part of the plan. Jack thought quickly. We continue as planned, but be ready to change if needed. The Earth fleet jumped to Mars. The trip that took Jack's small ship 6 hours before now took only 30 minutes. Earth scientists had been working day and night to improve their ships. When they arrived at Mars, they saw the two alien ships. The first one, the large insect-like ship, was still damaged. The second was round and smooth, glowing with blue light. "The new ship is trying to talk to us," said Communications Officer Eli Young. "Should I put it on screen?" "Yes," Jack said. He stood straight, ready to face the enemy. The screen showed an alien. It looked nothing like the insect creatures they had expected. This alien had smooth blue skin and large eyes. It looked almost gentle. "Humans of Earth," the alien said in perfect English. "I am Ambassador Zara of the Galactic Council. We are not here to fight you." Jack felt confused but kept his face calm. "You destroyed our Mars colony and killed 5,000 people. That looks like fighting to me." The alien looked sad. "That was not us. That was the Vex." The alien pointed to the insect-like ship. "They are pirates who attack peaceful worlds. We have been chasing them across the galaxy. We arrived too late to save your colony, and for that we are deeply sorry." Jack didn't know if he should believe this new alien. He looked at Mia, who looked equally unsure. "The Vex are criminals," Ambassador Zara continued. "They have attacked many worlds. We came to capture them and to warn you." "Warn us about what?" Jack asked. "About what is happening to your people, the changes you are experiencing." Jack felt a chill. How did they know about the changes? "Your kind were once known as the War Gods," Zara said. "Long ago, before your written history, humans were the most feared species in the galaxy. You were natural warriors, stronger and more deadly than any other race." The bridge was silent. Everyone listened. "The council of that time feared you would take over everything. They sent scientists to change your DNA, to make you more peaceful. It worked for thousands of years. But now the attack by the Vex has triggered the old genes to wake up." Jack thought about how different he felt, how much stronger and faster he had become. "So it's true. We were changed against our will." "Yes," Zara admitted. "But it was done to prevent war across the galaxy. Now we fear what will happen as you change back." Jack felt anger rising in him. These aliens had changed his ancestors, taken away something that was naturally theirs. Ambassador Zara seemed to sense his feelings. "We did not come to fight you. We came to help. The changes in your people will continue. You need to learn to control them, or you might destroy yourselves and others." Suddenly, the damaged Vex ship fired at the council ship. The blue shield around Zara's ship flashed brightly. "The Vex are attacking!" Mia shouted. Jack made a quick decision. "All ships target the Vex vessel, protect the council ship." The Earth fleet moved into action. Their weapons locked onto the Vex ship and fired. Beams of energy cut through space. "The Vex ship fired back. One of the Earth ships, the Courage, was hit badly. Jack watched on the screen as it spun out of control. "Courage is damaged," reported Eli. "They've lost power." Jack felt something strange inside him, a new kind of focus that he had never felt before. Time seemed to slow down. He could see exactly what needed to be done. "Defender and Victory, continue." Firing at the Vex ship, he ordered. "Freedom and Justice, protect the council ship. Hope, help the Courage." The Earth ships moved with perfect coordination. The Vex ship tried to escape, but the Defender and Victory cut off its path. Their weapons sliced through the alien ship's shields. Jack watched the battle, feeling strangely calm. He could predict what the Vex ship would do before it happened. "They're going to try to jump away," he said. "Target their engine section now." Both Earth ships fired at the same spot. The Vex ship's engines exploded in a ball of fire. The ship drifted, dead in space. The battle was over in less than 10 minutes. The Earth fleet had won with only one ship damaged. On the screen, Ambassador Zara looked impressed. "You fight as if you have been doing it for centuries. The old skills are returning quickly." Jack nodded. "We protect our own. Now let's talk more about these changes and what they mean for humans." "Yes," Zara agreed. "But first, there is something You should know. The Vex sent messages to others like them. More will come. They see Earth as a prize to be taken. Jack looked at his crew. All of them stood taller, looked stronger than they had just weeks ago. The sleeping warriors were awake now. Let them come, Jack said. They will learn why humans were once called war gods. Zara looked worried. That is what concerns us. Will you become the peaceful explorers we have watched for centuries? Or will you return to being the warriors that once made the galaxy tremble? Jack thought about this. Maybe we can be both. We can explore and build in peace. But we will also be ready to defend ourselves if needed. I hope so, Zara said. For everyone's sake. As the Earth fleet prepared to bring the captured Vex ship home, Jack looked at Mars. One day they would rebuild the colony, but next time, it would be well protected. The sleeping gods were awake now, and they would never be caught unprepared again. 1 month passed since the battle at Mars. Earth had changed in many ways. The captured Vex ship was brought back and studied by scientists. They learned many new things from its technology. Earth ships became faster and stronger. Jack Perry walked through the new training center in what used to be an old sports stadium. All around him, men and women practiced fighting skills they never knew they had. Some lifted weights that would have been impossible for them before. Others moved with speed that seemed almost unreal. The changes are happening faster now, said Dr. Reed. She walked beside Jack, looking at data on her tablet. Almost everyone on Earth is showing some signs. Children are growing taller and stronger. Old people feel younger. Sick people are getting better. Jack nodded. He had seen the changes in himself too. He could now run for hours without getting tired. His mind worked faster than ever before. He could remember everything he saw or heard. Is it dangerous? He asked. Dr. Reed shook her head. Not physically. The changes seem to be making us healthier, but there are other concerns. They stopped to watch a training session. A group of men and women were fighting with practice weapons. They moved with grace and power that seemed impossible just months ago. People are becoming more aggressive, Dr. Reed said quietly. Not violent, but more willing to fight, more likely to choose conflict over peace. The Council aliens were right about that part. Jack understood what she meant. He felt it in himself. A desire to test his new strength. A readiness to face challenges that would have scared him before. Ambassador, Zara will be here tomorrow, he said. The Council wants to help us manage these changes. Do you trust them? Dr. Reed asked. Jack thought about it. Not completely. They changed our ancestors without permission, but they know more about what's happening to us than we do. Later that day, Jack met with President Johnson and General West in the war room. The large screen showed a map of the solar system with many red dots moving toward Earth. Vex ships, General West said. At least 30 of them. They will reach us in 3 days. President Johnson looked tired. The Council was right. They're coming for us. We're ready, Jack said. The Earth fleet had grown to 20 ships now. The best pilots and soldiers were training day and night. There's something else, General West added. She pointed to another part of the map. We're detecting strange energy readings from the edge of our solar system. The Council says it might be Elder technology. Jack felt his heart beat faster. The Elders? The ones who changed our ancestors? Maybe, President Johnson said. Zara thinks they might have left monitoring devices in our system. Devices that would alert them if humans started to change back. What would they do if they knew? Jack asked. We don't know, the President admitted, but the Council seems worried. The next day, Ambassador Zara arrived at Earth. The blue-skinned alien met with Earth leaders in a large conference room. Jack was there, along with Dr. Reed and other key people. The Vex fleet is larger than we expected, Zara said. The alien's large eyes looked sad. They see your world as a prize. They know about your changing DNA and want to capture humans for study. We'll fight them, Jack said firmly. We've been preparing. Zara nodded. Yes, and you will likely win. Your natural fighting abilities are returning quickly. But there is a bigger problem. The alien touched a small device, and a hologram appeared above the table. It showed a massive ship, unlike anything they had seen before. It looked ancient, but powerful. "This is an elder ship," Zara explained. "Our sensors detected it moving toward your system. We believe it was triggered by the changes in your people." The room fell silent. Everyone stared at the image of the huge ship. "What do they want?" President Johnson asked. "To protect the galaxy. From war gods," Zara said simply. "The elders feared what humans might become if they reached their full potential. They might try to reset you." Jack felt cold anger inside him. "You mean change our DNA again? Or worse?" "Yes," Zara admitted. "The elders believed they were protecting the galaxy. They might still believe that." General West stood up. "So we face two enemies now? The Vex and these elders?" "The Council does not agree with what the elders did to your people," Zara said. "We believe all species have the right to develop naturally. We will stand with you against both threats." Jack wasn't sure if he should believe the alien. But they needed allies now. "The Vex will reach Earth first," Zara continued. "We must deal with them before the elder ship arrives." Over the next 2 days, Earth prepared for battle. The 20 Earth ships were joined by 5 Council ships. They formed a defense line between Earth and the approaching Vex fleet. Jack stood on the bridge of the Defender, which was now the flagship of the Earth fleet. Mia Wilson was still the ship's captain, but Jack commanded the entire battle group. "Vex, fleet entering detection range," reported Eli from his station. 32 ships. They will be in firing range in 10 minutes. Jack felt strangely calm. The old warrior DNA flowing through him seemed made for moments like this. All ships battle. Formation Alpha. Council ships take position as planned. The combined fleet moved into position. Earth ships in front, Council ships providing support from behind. "Enemy in range in 30 seconds, Eli announced. Jack touched the communication panel. "All ships, this is Commander Perry. Today we fight, not just for Earth, but for our right to be who we truly are. Our ancestors were warriors, today we honor them." The Vex ships came into view on the main screen. They were all like the first one they had seen. Large, insect-like vessels bristling with weapons. "They're powering up weapons," Mia reported. "Fire when ready," Jack ordered. The space between the fleets lit up with energy beams and missiles. The battle had begun. Earth ships moved with surprising speed and skill. The pilots seemed to know exactly what to do, as if they had fought space battles all their lives. The returning war god DNA gave them skills they never knew they had. 3. Vex ships exploded in the first minute of battle. But the Earth fleet lost a ship too, the Courage, which had been damaged in the previous battle and not fully repaired. Jack watched the battle unfold on his tactical display. He could see patterns in the enemy movements that others missed. "Group 2, move to Sector 6, he ordered. "They're trying to circle around us." The Earth ships responded instantly, cutting off the Vex maneuver. More enemy ships exploded. The battle raged for an hour. Earth lost 5 ships, but the Vex lost 20. The remaining Vex vessels began to retreat. "They're running," Mia said, with a smile. But Jack frowned. Something didn't feel right. Why would they retreat now? They still have 12 ships. Suddenly, a new alert sounded. Eli looked up from his station with fear in his eyes. "Massive energy signature detected. It's the Elder ship. It's here already." On the main screen, a huge vessel appeared. It was at least 10 times larger than the biggest Vex ship. It glowed with strange golden light. The Vex knew, Jack realized. They were just keeping us busy until the Elder ship arrived. As they watched, the Elder ship released hundreds of small, fast vessels that headed toward Earth. "What do we do?" Mia asked, her voice tense. Jack looked at the tactical display. Their fleet was damaged from the fight with the Vex. They couldn't win against this new threat, not in open battle, but maybe they didn't have to. "I have a plan," he said, "but it's risky. We need to wake up the rest of the war gods." Jack quickly explained his plan to Mia and the other ship captains. The Elder ship was too powerful to fight directly, but there might be another way. "The Elders changed our DNA once," Jack said. "They put something in us to keep our war god abilities asleep. But now that we're waking up, we might be able to wake everyone at once. Dr. Reed spoke up from Earth Control. How? The changes are happening slowly as people get angry or scared. What's the one thing that would make all humans angry and scared at the same time? Jack asked. Seeing those elder ships heading to Earth. If everyone knew what was happening, if everyone saw the threat. A worldwide broadcast, President Johnson said, understanding Jack's plan. Show everyone the elder ship. Tell them what it means. Exactly, Jack agreed. We feed the images to every screen on Earth. We tell people what the elders did to our ancestors. We wake up the sleeping war gods and everyone. Ambassador Zara looked worried. This is dangerous. If all humans change at once, the results could be unpredictable. We have no choice, Jack said firmly. Either we all wake up or the elders will put us back to sleep forever. The president gave the order. Every screen on Earth, in homes, offices, public spaces, suddenly showed the elder ship. Jack's voice explained what was happening. He told the world about their changed DNA, about the elders who had limited what humans could be. They made us forget who we truly are. Jack's voice rang out across the world. But now it's time to remember, time to wake up, look inside yourselves, feel the strength that was always there. We are not just peaceful explorers. We are warriors. We are the war gods they feared. All across Earth, people stopped what they were doing. They watched the images of the elder ship. They listened to Jack's words. And something began to happen. People felt strange new energy flowing through them. Workers lifted heavy objects with ease. Children ran faster than ever before. Old people stood straighter, feeling strength return to their bodies. Jack felt it too. Even on his ship, a new wave of power stronger than before. His mind became clearer. His body felt like it could do anything. It's working, Dr. Reed reported from Earth. We're seeing changes in everyone. Brain activity is off the charts. Physical abilities are increasing rapidly. Back in space, the elder ship continued to launch small vessels toward Earth. The remaining Earth fleet moved to intercept them, but there were too many. We need to target the main ship, Jack ordered. If we can damage it enough, maybe the smaller vessels will stop. The Earth and Council ships turned toward the massive elder vessel. They fired all their weapons, but the huge ship's shields easily blocked them. No effect, Mia reported. Their shields are too strong. Jack thought quickly. There had to be a way. Then an idea came to him. The Vex ships. Are any of them still intact? Eli checked his screen. 3 are disabled but not destroyed. Perfect. Can we control them remotely? Mia looked confused. Maybe. Our engineers figured out some of their systems. What are you thinking? The elders won't expect us to use Vex ships, Jack explained. We load them with explosives and send them directly at the elder ship. The plan was quickly put into action. Earth engineers worked to take control of the 3 damaged Vex ships. They loaded them with all the weapons they could spare. Meanwhile, the elder ship moved closer to Earth. Its smaller vessels began to enter the atmosphere. What are they doing? Jack asked Zara. Deploying a genetic modification field, the alien explained. It will reactivate the changes their ancestors made to your DNA. Put your war god abilities back to sleep. How long do we have? Minutes at most, Zara said. Jack gave the order. Launch the Vex ships now. The 3 damaged Vex vessels, now under Earth control, moved toward the elder ship. Their engines were pushed beyond safety limits, making them faster than normal. The elder ship tried to stop them with energy beams, but it was too late. The first Vex ship hit the elder vessel's shields, causing them to flicker. The second hit in the same spot, creating a hole in the defenses. The third flew through that hole and crashed directly into the elder ship. A massive explosion lit up space. The elder ship didn't break apart, but it stopped moving. The smaller vessels it had sent toward Earth suddenly lost power and drifted harmlessly. Their main power system is down, Eli reported excitedly. The ship is dead in space. Jack didn't waste time celebrating. All ships move in. We need to board the elder ship before they can repair their systems. Jack led the boarding team himself. They used small, fast shuttles to reach the damaged section of the elder ship. Inside, they found long corridors made of a strange golden metal. Everything looked ancient, but somehow still advanced. They moved through the ship, following the directions that Zara had given them. The few elder beings they encountered were tall, thin creatures with pale skin and large heads. They didn't seem to know how to fight and quickly surrendered. Finally, Jack and his team reached the main control room. There they found what looked like the ship's leader, an elder taller than the others with eyes that showed great age and wisdom. "You should not be here," the elder said in a voice that seemed to echo in their minds. "You were changed for a reason. Your kind nearly destroyed the galaxy once before." Jack stepped forward. "That wasn't us. That was our ancestors millions of years ago. We're different now." "Your DNA is the same," the elder insisted. "The war god abilities are returning. We cannot allow it." "You don't have a choice," Jack said. "You can't change us without our permission, not again." The elder looked at Jack for a long moment. Perhaps you are right. Much time has passed. But we will be watching. If humans become the destroyers they once were, we will return." Jack nodded. "Fair enough. We don't want to be destroyers. We want to explore, to learn, to grow. But we also want to be who we truly are, not who you decided we should be." "And who are you truly?" the elder asked. Jack thought about everything that had happened since the attack on Mars colony, how humans had changed, becoming stronger and faster, but also how they had fought to protect each other, not just to destroy enemies. "We are both," he said finally. "We are explorers and warriors, builders and fighters. That's the balance we need to find." The elder seemed to consider this. "A difficult balance, but perhaps possible. We will withdraw and allow you to try." 1 week later, Jack stood in the United Earth Defense Center with President Johnson, Dr. Reed, and Ambassador Zara. On screens around them, they could see the elder ship leaving the solar system, followed by council vessels to ensure it kept its word. "They've agreed to remove the genetic blocks they put in our DNA," Dr. Reed explained. "But they can't undo the changes that have already happened. Humans will continue to be stronger, faster, and more aggressive than before. Can we handle it?" President Johnson asked. "Will we become the destroyers they feared?" Jack looked out the window at the city below. People were going about their lives, but they moved differently now, with more purpose, more confidence. They were still human, but they were more than they had been before. "I don't think so," he said. "We remember what it was like to be peaceful. We know the value of building rather than destroying. But now we also have the strength to defend what we build." Zara nodded. "The council will help guide your people as you adjust, and we will stand with you against any who would attack Earth." Again, Jack smiled. "The sleeping war gods are awake now, but they're not just warriors anymore. They're something new, something that might be even better than before." As he spoke, a message came in from the outer solar system. The first human colony ship was leaving for a new star system. Humanity, now awake to its full potential, was ready to explore the galaxy again. But this time, they went as both builders and warriors, ready for peace, prepared for war. The balance would be difficult, as the elder had said, but Jack believed they would find it. After all, that's what made humans special, not just their strength or their intelligence, but their ability to change and grow. The war gods were awake, but they had learned how to dream of peace.